What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Raw review. Today we're doing the November 8th, 1993 edition. So let's get right into it. Raw starts off this week with a hype package for the match between Ludwig Borga and Scott Steiner. I hate to rain on the parade, but Borga is undefeated going into a main event pay-per-view match at Survivor Series. I can't see this match going any sort of way towards Scott Steiner. Even if he gets any licks in, nobody is going to believe that Scott Steiner is going to pull this win off. And by that, I mean actually pinning or submitting Borga. So, Macho Man is also back on commentary, so there might be another face-off between him and Crush. And again, they are blowing their loads early by giving us the most promoted match first instead of saving it for the main event. That being Borga and Scott Steiner. The first part of the match has some good back and forth between the two, and as they go to commercial, both Quebecers make their way down to the ring. Again, both of those guys are going to be in the Survivor Series tag team match along with Borga. Then, while Scott has Borga in the Boston Crab, his brother Rick also comes down to ringside, who's also in the match at Survivor Series. Rick gets up on the apron after Borga punches Scott, now allowing him to get back in the ring. Then Borga grabs Rick and brings him into the ring, but gets suplexed. The Quebecers run in and cause a double DQ because of outside interference. I believe this was also a match where the loser would have been out of the elimination match at Survivor Series, so that's why they went with this double DQ finish. This way, nobody got taken out. If WWF wasn't known to pull these DQ and countout finishes often, this would be fine. But why have the match if you aren't willing to follow through with a winner? Doesn't make any sense to me. And that's not the first time or the last time that we're going to be seeing that type of finish for a match throughout the entire history of WWF. So following that, we have another Jeff Jarrett vignette. He's at another old country music location, pretty much the same promo we've been getting from him, so I won't go through what he said. If you care to know, go watch the episode if you didn't already before this review. You might not want to watch this episode though, because next up, Men on a Mission come out for a match against some enhancement wrestlers, and they pick up another win on Raw. Whoop, there it is, and there it goes. Next up, they show the Survivor Series update where they tell us that Tatanka will be replaced on an upcoming WWF taping. I said that Mr. Perfect should replace him, so I hope that they do to make that team even better. And as I was typing that, they also announced that Mr. Perfect is already booked for a Survivor Series match, so there goes that prediction. Moving on, we have Rick Martel out for a quick match where he gets the win with a Boston Crab submission. So then Crush was scheduled to come out for a match and Savage got up from his desk. McMahon tried to hold him back and calm him down, but Savage shoves him down and goes after Crush. Throughout the show, Vince was telling Randy that if he put his hands on the wrestlers, there will be consequences from President Jack Tunney, because announcers were not allowed to do that. Crush and Savage brawl and it goes to commercial. Macho Man comes back out during the match between Bob Backlund and a jobber. Then they cut to the locker rooms where Crush is looking for Randy Savage, and then Macho Man leaves the desk again and goes to attack Crush backstage. After they go to commercial and announce the results for a voting poll they had on the show, Macho Man and Crush are still fighting, this time on the outside of the building as they go off the air. So that's it for the show. Let's get to the awards. For the best moment, I had the brawling between Savage and Crush, especially because they were all over the arena and not just out by the ring, and it also took up multiple segments, not just one and done. For the worst moment, I had the opening match. They hyped it up only for it to start the show and then end the way that it did. Bunch of BS if you ask me. For the worst match, I had Bob Backlund versus a jobber. It was basically just to kill time in between Crush and Savage doing their things, and we didn't even get the finish to that match, so yeah, worst match, that one. For the best match, as bad as the ending was, it was still the most enjoyable match of the night, that being Ludwig Borga and Scott Steiner. For the wackest performer, I had Man on a Mission, no explanation needed again for this one. Stand-up performer, I had Macho Man Randy Savage for making you believe he's legit pissed at Crush for the betrayal and injuring him. The whole night he was just amping himself up for when Crush was going to come out. And they deliver with the way that they were fighting all over the place. So yeah, stand-up performer, Randy Savage. This show went by really quick for me in a good way. It didn't feel like it dragged at all. Again, there were some matches that we could have done without, and they could also add another legit match on the card. But the opening and end to the show were alright, so I'm going to add this to the good episodes of Raw history on the tally board. So with that being said, I'm out. I'll catch you guys on the next one.